credit repair scammers do credit sweeps. If y'all do have any questions, please leave them in the live chat. I will only be on here for a few minutes today. Another one of them days where I just got too much going on, but I did want to make sure to hop on here and do a quick live. If anybody has any questions, leave them in the live chat. Again, I will only be on here for a few minutes. But the reason that scammers do credit sweeps, the answer is real simple. They don't know anything about real legal credit repair. Why else do you think they're committing fraud on your behalf? That's the only way they know to get this stuff off your credit report. They do not know. What's up, Brian? They do not know how to get this stuff off your report the legal way. Because again, they have no real knowledge about how credit repair works. They may know a few consumer laws. They may know how to press a button for Metro 2 compliant software. But as far as getting you real results the legal way, they have absolutely no knowledge about this. This is why people like the Credit Plug, the Ash Kristen lady, Pinnacle Credit Repair, this is why they do credit sweeps. It's the only way they know to get this stuff off your credit report. And then they try to convince you that it's legal. Listen, when I tell y'all TikTok has more scammers than any other place, I'm telling you, and they're all telling you that. So the new thing now is they're buying and selling your personal information for monetary gain without your written consent. And that's the true definition of identity theft. Now, if you believe that, then maybe you too should also get a dictionary and see what real identity theft is. So when you sign up for accounts, you gave them permission. Plus, if they're sweeping everything off your report because you didn't give them permission, why are they not disputing and removing the positive accounts? If that's identity theft, shouldn't that come off too? I mean, think about it. If that's identity theft too, that should come off as well. As always, if y'all have any questions, leave them in the live chat. I will not be on much today. Scammers gonna scam, and credit goat, everything credit gonna do it the best. Yes, we're gonna do everything the right way and the legal way. We're not gonna get your credit fixed in 4 days. We're not gonna fix your credit in 30 days. It's not because we don't want to fix your credit. It's just that's not how credit repair works. A credit sweep is not credit repair. A credit sweep is credit repair fraud. I'll never understand why consumers believe these people on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere else, that the legal definition of identity theft is they're buying and selling our personal information for monetary gain without our written consent. And I just, for the life of me, if somebody else agrees with that, please put it in the live chat that you agree with it and why you agree with it. I would love to see your answer. And like I said, they may know a little bit about consumer laws. They may know how to click a couple buttons on their computer for Metro 2 compliance software. But that stuff's just not going to hold up. It's not going to get you the results you're looking for. And it's definitely not going to hold up in court if you have to sue the credit bureaus and or creditors and force them to do their job. As I always say, the main reason pre-litigation credit repair is so much better is because not only do you have attorneys disputing for you, sometimes the only way to get this stuff off your report is to sue them. That's literally the only way some of this stuff's going to come off your report. Someone like others like to cover the word credit sweep as one-on-one time for speedy results. Ridiculous. No, it is. It is. And another thing that they're doing as well, Apache, is they're selling a course that you can log into school.com, and they're literally teaching you how to commit fraud yourself, because they think that if they're not offering a credit repair service, that they don't have to abide by credit repair laws. Well, that's not true. They still have to apply by the laws. So does people that create these softwares, like Mike the Credit Guy. I'm not saying he's a scammer. I don't think he's a scammer. But he thinks that by creating that do-it-yourself Metro 2 software that he doesn't fall into the credit repair laws category. Well, he absolutely does. How do you think the owner of CRC got sued? All he offers is a software. He doesn't do credit repair, and he got sued. And he got sued, well, one of the reasons he got sued is because his software allowed CROs, which is people like me, to violate the telemarketing sales rule. But yes, a credit sweep is not credit repair. You're not even fixing your credit. It's a temporary band-aid that may not even work. They don't even take this stuff seriously. And let me tell you another thing that's funny. So there's this lady, it's your fave credit cousin or something on TikTok. She's something else. I'll just leave it at that. She's something else with the stuff that she teaches people. Oh, I was gonna say, so she's telling people that if you claim identity theft, you send in an FTC report using Section 605B of the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and they don't remove the stuff in 4 days, you can sue them. Well, let me be the first to tell you, if you are not a real victim of identity theft, you cannot sue them. You literally committed fraud, so how are you going to sue them now? Somebody make it make sense. How can you sue them when you're trying to commit fraud just because they didn't remove it because they didn't take it seriously? You cannot sue them for that. Metro 2, is it the same as Dispute Beast? So Dispute Beast uses Metro 2. So Metro 2 is a reporting standard. That nothing in the story. That's all Metro 2 is. Now, when you look at it, it looks fancy, it looks pretty, it looks like it'll get you great results. And I'm not saying it don't work for anybody. If 1 million people today sent off dispute letters, and they're really technically not even dispute letters, somebody's going to get results with those letters that they send in. You will get sued. Reverse Uno card created by the consumer. Stupid. I agree. It is 100% stupid. And yes, that is fraud and a felony. But yeah, she's literally telling people, send in an FTC report, claim identity theft, and if they don't remove it in 4 days, you can sue them for not doing their job. The problem is, you're trying to sue somebody because they're not removing stuff because you committed fraud. When you sign up for accounts, credit cards, bank loans, whatever it is, using your credit, you give them permission to report this stuff to your credit report, and you also give them permission to sell it to a third-party debt buyer. Read the fine print. Now, just because they can doesn't mean that they're doing this the legal way. A lot of collection agencies are not even legally able to collect in your state, meaning they're just trying to scare you into paying them something, because also remember, they pay for these debts pennies on the dollar. If you owe Bank of America $1,000, trust me when I say, they may pay $10 for that debt. And then they're going to try to collect the full 1,000 and say, hey, we'll settle for 500. And you feel like you're getting a great deal. Well, they just made 490 bucks because they're scaring you into paying that debt. So I've only got a few more minutes to get on here. But if somebody leaves a comment and says they want to know how to trap debt collectors, I'll tell you exactly what to do as far as sending them a letter. policing of the consumer with these third-party collectors. Yeah, so, okay, so I'm going to go to, if you get a letter from a debt collector in the mail, this is what you want to do. And after I tell you all this, you can go back and pause it and watch it over and over again. So what you want to do is you want to send them a letter asking them to validate the debt. Sorry. And make sure that in your letter you have the account number, the amount, and you want to tell them the only way they can contact you is via email. Put your email address. 9 times out of 10, when you send them this letter, because remember, their system's automated just like the credit bureaus, there's a very good chance that they mail you a response. No, it wasn't a squirrel. They're going to mail you a response. You can sue them off of that alone because you literally told them in the letter, you can only contact me by email, but you got to make sure you put your email in there, and you got to make sure you mail it certified mail. Once they send you that response back, get a hold of me, and me and my attorneys will take care of the rest. You'll literally be able to do the work yourself other than the suing part. It's really that simple. Write them a letter asking them to validate the debt. Make sure that you tell them the only way to contact you, and I'll go more into details about what you want to put in the letter at another time. But the main thing is you want them to validate the debt, proof that they own the debt, proof that they bought the debt, the original agreement with Bank of America, whoever it is. Obviously, they're not going to give you this information anyway. But where you trap them is by telling them the only way you can contact me is via email, no other way, and then put your email. I'm telling you right now, we have gotten thousands, and I mean literally thousands of FDCPA violations just from doing that alone, just from that one method alone. Make sure you send it certified mail. Also, sign it. Yes, put your signature on it. People say, oh, don't put your signature on it, then you're trapped. They already got your signature when you signed up for the account. Great information on how to fight your creditors legally on the same playing field. Yeah, so you're basically using your legal rights against them. And consumers have so many rights when it comes to credit reporting, when it comes to debt buying. And consumers just think that they're stuck, like, oh yeah, I signed up for it, I have no choice, I have to pay it. They still have to follow the laws and how they report this stuff. They still have to follow the laws and how they collect, and if they're even legally able to collect in your state. Because just because they send you a letter, I'll tell you another thing they do real quick before I get off of here. Sometimes the debt collectors will send you a letter acting as an attorney. As crazy as that sounds, I've already seen it, acting as an attorney on behalf of the debt collector, and the whole time it's the debt collector. Well, guess what? That's 100% illegal. That's 100% violating your rights as well. But none of these scammers are doing this stuff because they don't know how to do this stuff, and they're not willing to pay to partner with attorneys, and also attorneys are not going to partner with them anyway. Attorneys are only going to partner with credit repair companies that are compliant, follow all the laws, rules, and regulations of credit repair. So if you see a scammer out here, Pinnacle Credit Repair, stating they work with attorneys, they are 100% lying to you. They are not partnering with attorneys. I promise you, they will not work with CROs that are scamming consumers, because that puts their firm under hot water as well. And they don't want to lose their business over trying to make a little bit of money with a scammer. They're not going to do that, I promise you. So just be careful, because there's a couple scammers, one in particular, we won't call no names, who copies my content and then says I copy his, which makes no sense. So I'll give you a perfect example so you can do your homework if you don't believe me. So you know how here recently he's been obsessed with talking about Dispute Beast. I have videos over a year old where I'm telling you Dispute Beast is crap. Don't believe me? Go to his channel, see how long it's been, go to my channel. He's copying my content. I love to say regurgitated information. Well, he says that a lot now as well. I work with attorneys. Now he's stating he works with attorneys. I know attorney's going to work with a scammer. I promise you, 1000%, they're not going to work with you. Sounds like a familiar story that I heard that I won't mention. Highly illegal and will land you with fines and possible minimum jail time. Yes, 100%. So I gotta hop off of here, guys. I'm actually at a barbecue place fixing to get the best wings you've ever had. They literally fall off the bone. And then I got to get back to work. I got, I think, 13 litigation underwriting agreements to get done for consumers to sign, me to sign, the attorneys to sign, so they can get started on their litigation-backed credit repair. We do offer two different programs: standard credit repair with CFPB complaints and certified mailing, using factual disputing. It works amazing, I'm not gonna lie. But comparing it to our litigation-backed credit repair, which is our #1 service, it doesn't, it's not even close. Litigation-backed credit repair is the best way to fix your credit because you have attorneys doing all the disputing, and then you have the attorneys litigating your file at the end for whatever's left on your report to try and sue and get it removed from your credit report. Have a great day, Apache. Yeah, he always talks about AI, but and how bad it is, but when he uses it, it's the best thing since sliced bread. But that's how scammers are. They're bipolar and narcissistic as crap, which, I mean, it's funny. It makes, it's something to laugh about. But I'll try to go live after lunch, guys, if I have time, once I get back to the office. But if not, I'll definitely go live tomorrow. But I hope everybody has a great day, and I will see y'all on the next live.